Hi, everyone. So excited to be doing this. So this is the Sparkle Club. Our first meeting is tonight, obviously, January 23rd at 8 o'clock. Apologize for the later start. And thank you for just bearing with me as everyone got in. So feel free to use the chat if you want. I have my chat box open. That's a really great way for us to connect, but I want to hear from everyone. So I have muted everyone so far. Have you all muted, but this is not going to be one of those one-sided conversations. So that's what I'm hoping for anyway, or I'm not hoping for. I want input from everyone that wants to share. So one thing that I will tell you is it is really, really nice if your camera's on. And I appreciate everyone's got that. Andrea, by the way, you look great. Andrea's a little under the weather, so she's looking good. Oh, shoot. Do I have some more coming in? Let's see.
Emily, I even showered for you.
You didn't have to. It was not necessary.
Well, meds are helping.
That's a great thing about this, though, is that you can put like a baseball cap on and you can look really good. Like, look at me, you guys. I'm not my best either, so it's fine. And you can always add a little lipstick, right? The lipstick makes everything look better. Okay, so it would be really nice for us with this group if your camera was on. So one of the goals that you'll hear about is that this group, I'm hoping for camaraderie and friendship. How do you have camaraderie and friendship if you're looking at someone's picture? That's what we do virtually. And so this is a great way to see someone. And you know what? It's okay to see someone when they're not their best, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about our Level Up Leader group. And there was one night I did that group in my pajamas. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was like so tired, so out of it. And I was sitting on the floor in my living room and I was seriously in my PJs. And we can show up that way and still bring such great content and value to the group. We don't have to, this is a place that's really safe. And so we don't have to like put our, faces on, right, for each other. So I want to just help you guys to learn that, I guess. So I am recording this meeting because some people were invited later on, and I want to make sure that the first meeting is something everyone can listen to. That being said, I am not recording the other meetings. So I've done multiple groups like this, sort of like accountability groups kind of, or special invite groups. And what seems to work best is if it's not recorded. Number one, how many things do you guys watch after the fact? I can say for myself, I hardly ever watch recordings, okay? Or listen to recordings. I need to be very, very intentional to do that. Number two, showing up is the point, right? Being here together is the point. That's part of the camaraderie. That's part of the group, is to show up. We are only going to have, for now, I only have planned 4 times. So of course tonight, but then February, March, April, and May. And then we will reevaluate, see who's left. That's a big deal, right? See who's left. And okay, I got somebody else entering. See who's left, and then we will reevaluate and see what the group wants to do at that point. Okay, so let me look at my notes. So those next meeting dates are February 20th, March 27th. So you'll notice that one's the 4th Monday of the month. And these are supposed to be the 3rd Monday, but the 20th of March is my son's birthday. So I was able to switch that to the 27th, April 17th, and then May 15th. We will miss you if you're not here. So I know that, oh, thank you, Natalie. You can be my secretary. I I know that you look around and you go, oh, there's plenty of people on, they're never going to miss me. And that is not true. We need everyone to be part of the group. And for those girls that have been part of my Level Up Leader group, we notice when people aren't there, right? We do. At one point we had a meeting and it was just one of those nights, right? And there were only like 2 of us or 3 of us on, and it just feels a lot different when there's not as many people to contribute. Okay. All right. So these are just kind of some housekeeping things. Now let's get to the really fun part. Why are you here? Why were you invited to this group? So you'll notice that this wasn't announced anywhere, and it won't be. It wasn't announced in the Glitter Girls group or anything. This was by special invitation. So what is it, girls? Maybe like 18 months ago, or at least a year ago, I started something for a group of leaders called the Level Up Leader Group. Does anyone remember when we started? I'd have to look back at my calendar and see when that was. I feel like it was summertime. Was it a year ago? Maybe it wasn't yet a year ago, but it feels like a long time. I started this group called the Level Up Leader Group. And so it was for kind of lower end leaders that wanted more. They wanted to rank up. They wanted more out of their business. They wanted some accountability. They wanted some friendship, some camaraderie. And so we've been doing that. We've had three kind of sessions of the Level Up Leader group. And we've gotten to the point where it's awesome. It's just a great group of people that contribute and lead and, bring solutions to problems and just encourage. It's just such a great group. And so if you're in the Level Up Leader group and you have something to share about that, I'm going to give you in a minute just a couple sentences that you can say of what you've gotten from the Level Up Leader group. And so that group has been meeting twice a month for a while. So you received a special invitation to this group because you are consistently working your business and maybe showing signs of wanting more, or you're a person who asks questions, or you've said, I want to build a team, or I want more parties, or I want more business. You're watching trainings, or you're just doing things that show that you are serious about your Color Street business. And so maybe if you don't fit into that description and you're feeling all of a sudden like kind of an imposter, please don't. Okay. So maybe you were invited here because your leader felt like you had great potential. And so don't feel like an imposter. For the majority of you, you are doing what it takes to have an actual business with Color Street. Oh, it's okay, Melissa. Melissa said she tried to turn her camera on. I actually, here comes Amy. I actually, for my Tuesday training last week, I couldn't figure out my camera on my computer, had to completely shut down my computer. It was a dress rehearsal and Zoom, and my camera wasn't working. So I was like, my heart was beating like a million miles a minute, I'm sure, and hoping yours is not. And I was like in panic mode. So it happens to the best of us. All right. So, okay. So what I would like to do right now, so this is how we do it in the Level Up Leader group. We're going to go around the room here and share in a sentence or two. Okay. So that's like 2 periods or exclamation points, right? Share in a sentence or 2 something that is going well in your business. Okay, so if you don't want to share, that's okay. But I would like to hear you share. Even if it's you got an order for tomorrow or something like that. I will share something that's going well in my business. I'll start, so that'll give you guys a little bit of time. I had a party on Saturday that was in person, and I was following up with some of the girls today. And I had a great conversation with one of them back and forth through text message. And so that is a huge positive for me. Okay. So I am actually going to just call on you. This is like Brady Bunch for me. So I'm just going to call on your name, and you can unmute and then mute again. Okay. So Shirley, would you go for us?
I'm booking parties again on Facebook, and I'm going to probably do an in-person party for the first time in a few months. So
Great.
we're working it out. So yay.
Yay. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Okay. Anne.
Well, I'm also gonna try to get a in-person party here going on just at my house for the Valentine's, like before Valentine's Day, because those nails are just way too cool to not put them on people's fingers all together. I think
Yeah, I
it's
love
kind of
that.
fun group thing.
Good. Thanks for sharing. Jessica.
There's two Jessicas. Which one did you
Oh,
want?
sorry. You.
Okay. I just realized that.
Sorry, Jessica.
I am working on getting more in-person activities done. So I had a vendor event on Saturday, and then this Thursday I have a party. And then next week I have a one-on-one, and I have a at my own home event scheduled for the beginning of February.
Awesome. You guys know how I feel about in-person things. They are dynamite. So love it. Great. Natalie.
Just tonight I did a drawing for my bonus color play subscription box. My VIPs got to earn entries for a variety of different activities and actions. So that was super fun. And tomorrow's launch. I'm so excited.
Yay. Great. Love it. Thanks for sharing. Cindy.
Hi, my favorite thing right now is my new best customer is someone I don't even know. She attended one of my online Facebook parties and she's stuck with me. So it's just been fun getting to know someone not in my own group.
Awesome. Isn't that great? I love how you said that. She's like not in your circle, right? And so it just feels extra special, doesn't it? It's like flattery that someone would like you that doesn't have to. I love it. All right, Andrea.
So I was at my bonus job, which is like in a boutique, and it's my favorite job. And besides this, of course, but I had somebody comment, I had Spotted Soulmates on, and I had somebody comment like, "Oh, I love your nails." And she had acrylics on. And I was like, "Thanks, I did it myself." And she was like, "Tell me more." And so I pulled out a sample and I was like, "Can I show you?" Like, and I had like paint the town, I think, and she had a neutral on. And so it just went really well. And she's like, "Oh my God, I need your card." So, I mean, just having them on me, I've been more conscious of that, and
Yeah.
just having twosies and like little bags that are assembled that I can just give away. I've been way more conscious about that, and it has improved immensely.
Thank you. If you
That was more than
my-
2 sentences. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. I can never do 2 sentences either. My sentences are like run-on sentences. I don't know if you noticed that, but like I did when I was talking. If you watched my Tuesday training, one of the best tips I can give for samples is to put 3 to 5 in your pocket, and don't go home with 3 to 5 in your pocket. Like you have to get rid of them. So if you're done with work and you didn't get rid of them, you got to go find somebody that you can put a Tuesday on, whatever. So thank you for sharing. Okay, Christy.
Hi. We have a local it's on Facebook boutique, and she does lives twice a week to sell stuff. And she contacted me because she needed a color street stylist that was local. So I think she bought 8 sets of nails. But then on her live, she's been talking about it and giving people my name and information. So I've had quite a few customers come to me from her. So that's been amazing. And I didn't even ask for it. So
Yes, I'm so glad that you shared that, because we are going to talk about that tonight in a little bit of a twist, but we are going to talk about how you can use referrals to get some business. So,
Yeah.
All right, Nancy Harrison. Thank you, Christy, for sharing. Maybe. Nancy, we're gonna let you unmute and figure that out, and we're gonna go to Bethany. It's okay. It's at the,
You
if
mean-
you're on your phone, it's at the bottom of your screen.
Did you mean Nancy Johnson?
I'll say Nancy Johnson next. That's fine. I'll be.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Go. Let's do this.
I got brave last month and went and did a Facebook event for a sale of my inventory. And actually heard from some people I never thought that I would hear from. So
That are
that was
in your
kind of
group.
fun. And then they're not in my VIP group. I'm going to invite them now
Cool.
because they ordered. But and then randomly got 2 orders from people that I kind of know, but one I've never met. Anyway, so that was kind of fun. I got brave and reached
Awesome.
out.
Love that. I got brave.
I got
I
brave.
got brave. And you know, someone told me once is all it takes is 2 seconds of courage. It's all it takes. And you maybe have heard me say that before. It only takes 2 seconds of courage. And you know what? Isn't that so true? Sometimes it's like all it takes is me to type the message. If I can type the message when I'm not courageous, and then to get that 2 seconds of courage and then hit send, right? Like that's all it takes for me. So thank you for sharing. Yes. Okay. I think Nancy Harrison is still figuring it out. It's okay. It's all good. No problem. Bethany.
Mine's kind of like Andrea's. I go in on a regular basis now for treatment. So I go to the clinic and there's always a nurse and a different nurse. I've been really mindful about doing my nails, like waiting to do my nails when I do my treatments, and also having samples with me so that, because always the nurses are like, oh, your nails are so cute.
Yes.
And I'm like, great, you can do them yourself. And then I'm like showing them how to do it and then passing out samples. So that's been something that just because I'm already doing it, I might as well be mindful and bring my Color Street stuff along. So
Oh, I want to like hug you virtually. I'm so proud isn't this just phenomenal to listen to this? It's so powerful that when you're listening to someone else say what's so great that they've done, it's so encouraging for you. It's so inspiring that Bethany is going in. She's had cancer and is having treatments, and you can see how cute her hair is. And she's doing her Color Street while sitting there. Like, what could you do? Could you just go there and be a grump and be crabby and be like negative and frustrated and be sad? Yes, you actually would have all the permission to do that. But instead you're like, I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons, right? And I'm going to see if I can get some customers while I'm sitting here getting a treatment. Like, awesome. 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 I hope you guys if you get nothing else from the next little chunk of this, wow, right? That you're listening to each other. Okay. Carol, can you figure out how to unmute? You're muted. So at the bottom, no, okay, that's all right. See if you can figure it out. So if you touch your phone, if you're on your phone, and you touch
There,
your phone.
you get me now?
Yes.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Well, I've hosted a couple in-house, one's at my house, 2 at a community center. But I got my first person who wants me to come to their house. So I don't have a date yet, but it's coming up and I think I'm about ready. Oops. Okay,
Yay.
here we go. Yeah, that'll be fun. So that's got me excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I forgot that I can do that. I can also, Natalie is the Zoom guru here. And so I'm going to try to ask Nancy Harrison to unmute and then see if she can say yes. You're still muted, Nancy. Still muted. We still can't hear you, but we can see
Here we
you.
go. I think I got it. Something came up.
Yay!
Okay. Now I forgot what I was supposed to say.
You're so,
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry. I probably stressed you out to the max. Just like 1 to 2 sentences of something that's going well in your business.
Well, I got a new customer, and so that was exciting. She does acrylic nails and stuff like that, and she had seen some of my posts and stuff like that, and so I got a sale off of her, and sending out some nail clips and stuff like that, trying to be proactive with some of my customers. But that's about it.
Yay, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing. And now you know how to unmute maybe, or I can at least ask you to click to ask you to unmute. So can you figure out how to mute again? Let's see if we can.
No.
Okay, I'll mute you. All right, the other Jessica.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm fighting a cold, sorry.
Oh, bummer. Sorry.
So something exciting recently is I have a customer that's been with me for a long time that finally decided to join. So that was pretty
Yay.
cool, and she's already doing really great. So it kind of like gives me that boost to just be even more active and be out there more. So
Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. Isn't that just gives us a little kick in the pants, right? Is when someone's like, hey, I'm gonna do this too. And you're like, okay, like, how can I teach you to do this well? Awesome. Okay, Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Well, Christy and I did this awesome and very high school event last week. We went to a retirement community and did the nails for about 7, right, Christy? I think seven ladies. And majority of them enjoyed it. So we had a good time, and it was like high school, and we got to chit chat and drink some wine, and they fed us some dessert. So that was fun. I think just even getting just even the posts, right, that I had on it, I've gotten like a lot of reactions like, oh, this is so great. So just getting that, even though there was no sales yet, it was just nice to give back to the community. And then today I ran errands, and I always have my samples with me. So I gave samples to the gal that helped me at Ann Taylor process my online return. And she says she gets her nails done all the time, and they were glitter. And I'm like, you got to do this yourself. Gave her a sample, and then she's like, oh, you have lipstick too? I'm like, yes. And so she wanted brown, and I had my throwback on, and then she like sampled it. And then she's asking me about the cost, so I got a call and follow up. And then the gal I had lunch with some friends, and she commented my nails, and I gave her a sample as well. So yeah.
So good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I at my party on Saturday, there almost everyone bought lipstick because it's like I just like it's the best thing ever. So you should for sure buy it. I don't know, whatever. All right, last but not least, Amy.
Hi. I had a vendor event on Saturday, and so it was for a Lunar New Year thing with a bunch of Korean culture, Korean adoptee people. So I got to really hype up the Korean lipstick, which was super fun. And I upsold a lot of people that got the lipstick. I sold them on the primer, which surprised me. Like, I was like, well, would you like a primer to go with it? They're like, what's that? And I was like, oh, it's this amazing, like you can put it on to super moisturize your lips before the lipstick, or you can just wear it by itself. Oh, okay. And I was like, okay.
They don't
So
care.
like,
they just do what you tell them.
Yeah.
So great.
When I worked for my dad in his hardware store, I had a customer that was like my goal to always sell them one more thing. So like I always try and sell people one more thing.
Yeah. Love it. Best thing though, is when you're somewhere and there's a customer that has used it and then they say, the lipstick's way better with the primer underneath. And then everyone's like, oh, I'll get a primer. For some reason, it's so much better when it's coming from someone that's not the salesperson. It's just mind-boggling to me, but she said that and everyone, their brains, you could see their brains just like working, right? Like, I'm getting a primer with my lipstick, so super great. Awesome. Yay. So isn't that fun? That's how we'll start each time we'll just be, so you guys can kind of be thinking about that ahead of time. It'll go a lot faster next time, or you'll just say like, a 1 to 2 minute or 1 to 2 sentence, not 1 to 2 minutes, but 1 to 2 sentence, like what's going well in your business. And then now I'm going to have you think about something. We're not going to share this yet, So I'm going to have you think about something that you would want to change in your business, something that you're not doing right now that you really want to, or something that's not going well for you and you want to do it. Like maybe you don't follow up really well, or maybe you're not doing anything in person and you'd like to change that and you feel nervous about that. Maybe you used to do, so many virtual parties a month and now you're doing nothing, whatever fits you. I won't share mine yet. Okay. So I always want to do that. I always want to like give away the farm and share everything. So today we are, okay, so let me tell you what we're hoping for with this group. We're hoping for camaraderie. Camaraderie is different than friendship. Camaraderie is where you know that other people are in the same boat that you are. You know that you're not alone, that maybe somebody else just might have the same issues that you do. That's really a feeling of camaraderie. Like you're going for the same mission, right? And you're on the same path, but you're not alone. Okay. And right now, I would say that a lot of people feel alone. They feel, especially those that want to be part of this group, they have felt alone or feel alone. So if you felt alone, will you just do this for me so that we can just kind of see, like, sometimes I feel alone, and it's just sort of, I don't know, it's sort of hard for me, right? I need you. I need people that I know want to do the business, that want to share the nails, that want to do parties, that want to do all those things. I need to surround myself with that positivity. There are some negatives, right, that happen. Oh, did I miss someone? Did I miss anybody? Okay. If I missed you, unmute. So holler at me. That happens sometimes on Zoom. So that's one goal from the group. Okay, is that camaraderie. Like you don't feel like you're alone. You know you're not alone. Okay. The next thing from the group, which like I said is different, is friendship. Friendships happen in a lot of different ways, and they happen at a lot of different times, right? And one thing that will be connected to this Zoom meeting is a Facebook chat group for these people that are here. And that's where we get a little bit more interaction, and that's kind of where friendships develop and that help comes. We have our own Level Up Leader chat, and a lot of questions get answered, and it's different than just like asking your upline for a question or asking your upline for an idea or whatever, because it's like a group effort to answer the question. It's like 3 answers to the question instead of 1. So it's just really helpful, I guess. And then, so camaraderie and friendship. And one thing that is really important to our business that we don't usually have, that is accountability. Now, I want you to keep a really open mind here, because I'm not actually thinking that you'll have accountability with me. I don't really want that. If I'm being really honest, what I want for you, so accountability, or how I think of accountability, is that like every week you come in, you need to prove yourself to me. Emily, I said I was going to do this and I did it. Okay. Or I didn't do it. What I want is for you to learn how to be accountable to yourself. So do for you what you say you are going to do. And I think that's really important. Did I miss something? Okay. Oh, you have a kid. I was like, what did I miss here that everyone's waving at? We have a small child that everyone is always attracted to. It's like the baby, right? So I want you to be accountable to you. Do for you what you told you that you would do. And then you'll also find that iron sharpens iron. And when you contribute to the group, even just by showing up, you are going to grow. And so I hope that sounds like a good thing for us to have. So I'm going to give you an idea tonight. And it's an idea that I heard from someone else, but I would love to share it with you. And then you guys can ask questions and you guys can give feedback. Okay. So just with like a little show of hands or a wave here, how many of you have asked for your people to help you add to your group? Have you ever done that? Like the grow the group things where you're like, I'm going to put everyone in a giveaway, and you grow the group by like adding some of your friends, and you've probably had kind of crummy success with that, right? Like you've kind of been like, yay, this is going to be so great. And then you're like, that didn't actually work. Darn it. Because that really would have been nice to grow my group that way. Okay. So we're going to talk about how you can grow your group, but how you can do it intentionally and how you can use your VIPs to get you referrals. Okay. So if you have a pen and paper, you might want to take a few notes on this, just because there's some specifics that I'm going to share with you. Okay. So we all have those people in our groups that are like our top contributors, right? They're our people. They're the ones that love Color Street. They're commenting on all the things. They love all of the things, right? And so this grow the group activity, we'll call it that, is not like something that you're going to post. Okay. This is not a post that goes out into your group. This is you saying to one of your best customers. So like Cindy was one of my customers. Okay. And so if I use Cindy as an example, I would go into Messenger and I would say, Cindy, I'm so appreciative of you as one of my top people. And you're always commenting on stuff. You're always sharing it. And I was just wondering if you have anyone in your life that you think could either use Color Street or would like a sample or something. If you have anyone in your life, would you invite them to the group? Okay. So you're asking Cindy to go and find maybe a couple of her friends. Now, before you do this, you want to make sure that you've set your group up in a specific way. Okay. So you're going to go into your group settings. And if you don't know how to do this, let me know. And I can help you one-on-one with that. And that's where questions will come in. But you're going to want to set up your group settings so that you are the only one, or an admin is the only one that will approve members in the group. Okay, that's the first thing. The other thing I want to say right here as kind of a commercial is if you do not have a second admin in your customer group, you need to solve that tonight. Okay, you need to fix that tonight. So go to your upline. I have Barb. I don't know if a lot of you know Barb. She's my enroller. She's my other admin in my group. Okay, you have to have an admin besides you in your group. And I'll quick tell you why. I was an admin in Barb's customer group, and her Facebook got taken over by someone, and she had no access other than me for her customer group. So then I went live in her group, explained the situation. I was then able to, supposedly, I was able to then add her back in or add her new account in. Okay. I'm also able to approve posts by someone else, right? So I would highly recommend that you do that. Now, the other thing I was able to do for her is I took a screen record of the people in her group when she got kicked out so that she knew who was in her group. Protect your people. Okay, that's a commercial break. Make sure that you have another admin in your group besides yourself and that person knows. So like for me, when Barb got messed up, I just threw my husband quick into my group and made him an admin, and he turned off notifications because he doesn't care until I can solve Barb not being my admin, whatever. Okay. That's a commercial. So back to setting up your group, you want to make sure that admins are the only ones that approve posts and approve members. And then you also want to set up questions for your group. So when they go into your group and find your group, then they click join on your group, it'll say, oh, Facebook wants to ask you some questions before we can add you to that group. Okay. If you don't do that, make sure you ask here in a little bit what questions I have, and I will tell you guys. Okay, I'm going to keep going just in case it's something everybody already has in their group. So now I can actually give Cindy, because I asked Cindy to do this for me, I can give her a carrot. Okay, I can say for each person that you invite to the group, you get such and such credit towards your next order. She can get $5 credit towards her next order. She can get whatever you decide would be good. Okay, and we can talk about this as a group. So now when Cindy invites a friend, all she has to do is go to my group and invite a friend or share and I'm going to teach her how to do this, share my group with her friend. Now her friend Natalie comes in and I greet Natalie right off the bat and I say, hey, Natalie. That's my first message to Natalie because we're not connected on Facebook yet. And then my second message to Natalie is, oh, it looks like Cindy invited you to the group. I'm so glad to have you. Have you tried Color Street before? Okay, that's my second message to Natalie. And then my third message to Natalie, so I've sent her now 3 messages through Messenger. I'd love to add you to the group, but I want to make sure I have your permission. Now I go back to Cindy and I say, Natalie requested, I thank you so much for inviting Natalie to the group. Will you let her know I sent her a couple messages? So she's kind of working for me to help me talk to Natalie. Okay. What sort of questions do you have on this? It's a little bit different than just getting people added to your group, right? Don't stare at me. Someone ask me a question or talk to me about this.
I love it. I love that you're getting buy-in from your VIP. And I can see this not within this conversation, but I can see this leading to a recruitment conversation too. Because in a sense, they're doing some of that sharing, but it seems more authentic and it's not just click.
Yeah. What I'm hearing, and we're going to segue into this as we go. What I'm hearing from a lot of people is, I feel like I've asked everybody and I'm not getting any parties. We're going to talk about parties next, but I want to talk about this because this is really an income producing activity to really get you to start connecting and learning how to connect with people. Relationships are the backbone of our business. If we don't have relationships, we're out of luck, right? If we're not continually talking to new people, we're out of luck. If our customer group isn't constantly adding people, our business is going backwards because we're not constantly adding people. And everybody said, there were so many of you, like Cindy said, she's got a new best customer, fresh, right? That freshness feels so good. Nancy Harrison said, I've got a new customer. And that's so exciting. Lisa said, I got a new customer. I have somebody to share it with. When we're talking to new people, everything just feels so much more fun and it feels so much more exciting, right? So we want to always turn our negatives to positive, right? So if you're feeling like I've asked everyone for a party and I don't even know who else to ask, then this is another way to really be intentional. So I'm going to practice this for the next month. I'm going to be talking to people and doing this myself. I already have been, but I'm going to keep going with it because I want to make sure that I'm not just talking the talk with you, that I'm walking the walk, right? That I'm doing the things that I can do. I should constantly be asking my customers, who of your friends want to know about Color Street? Who of your friends are going to the salon? Who of your friends are still using liquid polish? They have a lot of people in their life. So yes, let's say I have 20 people in my group. Hold the phone, Lisa, I'm going to get to you in a second. And then all of them each have 5 people that need to know about Color Street. Lisa, go ahead and unmute.
No, so I think the big thing about adding new people is it brings a new energy to you, your business, your VIP group. Because if you don't keep adding those new people, your group is just going to be the same people and they're going to get tired. And then it just brings this whole new energy, and then it invigorates the rest of them to come forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
because they get used to the same people commenting. Like they know the people, right, that are commenting on things in your customer group. Again, I'm going to go back to my Tuesday training because that's my philosophy for my business. If you didn't catch it, I haven't looked for the recording in a little while. I will find the recording and post it in our group. But my philosophy for the business as a whole is one-on-ones, in-person parties, and your customer base. You have to be doing one-on-ones. Impromptu, like Lisa did with Ann Taylor, and intentional. Who are you connecting with? That you are it's just you and this other person, right? Because there's so much power in that one person connection, face to face. And if you aren't doing it actually face to face, do it over Zoom, do it over FaceTime, do it over Google Meets, do it however you need to. Go through Messenger video, whatever it is, but face to face. I actually walked into the orthodontist today and a customer of mine was there. Okay. Super embarrassing because how many customers do you have? I have 750 customers in my VIP group, many of which have terrible pictures, profile pictures. Okay. But I have met this girl at a party and I walked in and I went, oh my gosh, she looks so familiar. How do I know her? Check the files, check the files, check the files. Where is this girl? You know, how do I know her? How do I know her? Like, come on. And she goes, I think you're my nail lady. I met you at so-and-so's party. And I'm like, hi, you look so familiar to me. And I said the truth. You look so familiar to me. And I apologize that I couldn't get to your file quick enough. That's exactly what I said. And then I sent her a text message later this evening and said, oh my gosh, thank you so much for calling me out and saying who you were. I just appreciate it so much. But we sat and talked at the orthodontist today and talked about nails. Like, how cool. That was not an intentional one-on-one. It was an impromptu one-on-one. And now I can follow up with her and hopefully get something out of that, right? But one-on-ones, in-person parties, and we're going to talk about that next. And then babying and taking care of your customer group. Okay, those are 3 things. But if your customer group is your number one, only thing, it's too stale. You cannot do that and grow. You have to have can't find my finger. You have to find some sort of party, some sort of connection with people. And you have to do something of one-on-ones. Oh my gosh, Amy found it. It's there. And Amy watched it. So she knows what you're all getting into by putting it there. Okay, I talked too much. What else? You guys have any questions about that? Have you ever done that where you're talking to people and asking for referrals? You have to make that a constant. Anyone want to talk? Okay.
I will say something.
Okay.
I have like one of my top customers, I've asked if she wanted to host a beauty social and she's like, she does not want to do that, but she was very happy to refer people, some of her friends, to my page. So people that maybe aren't comfortable doing something big will still do something like that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could screen, and I probably can screen record my conversation with this girl today. The one that I was talking to from the party. I text everyone after the party. I add them to my VO through email, put all their information in, and then I text every single person from my parties. And I should just screen record this. I actually asked at the party for feedback. I said, if you have feedback after this, I would love it. I would be happy to take it from you. And I said, and this is so long, I can't even find it, but I said, thank you so much for attending Anna's party on Saturday. It was so great to meet you. And she said, hi, Emily. I was thinking about you earlier today. And then she started to give me feedback. And seriously, this conversation is so long. So great. She should be a stylist. She shut me down right away about that, but I don't care. I want to just plant the seed. Now I'll water it. Okay. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to skip on to something else. But what I would love for you to do is reach out to some of your people that are in your group and just ask them for referrals. These are people that love you. They like, know, and trust you. So ask them for people, and then do your best intentional work with their friends. Are they going to keep referring people to you if you're just like, thanks for joining? But if I took Cindy's friend and was like, hi, I just love Cindy. She's so fun. And she's such an important customer to me. I just really appreciate her. And I'm so thankful that she trusted me to invite you to the group. Have you tried this stuff before? Could I be the one that introduces you? And then you ask for their address and then find out like, oh my gosh, you live 10 minutes from me. Can I run over and show this to you? Could I just stop by and just be on your, be in your hallway and show you a sample? Could I have the privilege of being the first person to introduce Color Street to you? Amy, can I come in? Knock, 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 knock. And they're going to be like, who is this crazy person? But the cool thing is we have Cindy in common, right? And so that's a trusted friend. I try not to be a stalker, but you guys all know me probably well enough to know that it's so true. Like, hi, can I come over? You having problems with your polish? Can I come look at your nails? Whatever. Okay. And so we're going to talk for just a second here about parties. We're going to talk about parties. We're going to call out the elephant in the room and we're going to talk about them. Okay. So, so a lot of the Level Up Leader girls know that I decided a few months ago that I was going to do parties again. And I might be totally off the wall in saying that I do not prefer virtual parties. I will do them, but it is not where I do my best work. My best work is done in person. And I have decided I am okay with this. I am sick and tired of myself being crummy on myself and being unkind to myself, telling myself that I suck at virtual parties. I might, but I am really good at in-person things. And so that's what I'm going with. You are good at in-person things. So that's where you need to live. That's where you need to be. Okay. Now that is me. If that is not you, just edit this for you, right? If you are really, really good at virtual parties and you're really great at connecting people and you do really good work then keep doing those. Awesome. But do them. We are in a party plan business where we set up a party, they buy at the party, someone gets rewards because that's so special to get something for free. And then we follow up with that business. Okay. I am fine with you guys pushing back at me on this. I really am. Okay. So let's talk about parties. Does anyone want to be vulnerable? We only have a few minutes left, but does anyone want to be vulnerable and ask me like, oh my gosh, I've asked everybody, what do I do? Does anyone want to comment on parties?
I'll throw something out there.
All right.
When you said what needs to change about your business, what I wrote down was I need to ask for parties. I'm terrible at it. Terrible at it. I'm just like, okay, yeah. You like my nails? Awesome. And then it's like the end, like I'm afraid to like take it further, which
Okay.
is silly because that's our business. And I just need to do better at that. So it's just a matter of getting past my own, like you said, your own fear, your own insecurities. It only takes 2 seconds to be brave. I'm still finding those 2 seconds to be brave. So that is my goal.
So you're
Wrote it
speaking
down.
out to the room where there's probably a lot of that. So first of all, that's a red light story. So if you've never heard me talk about red light stories, that's a red light story. And we all have them and we will all continue to have them. They are constant. We have red light stories for everything. I am terrible about meal planning. I am terrible about grocery shopping. Whatever it is that you're bad at, your brain keeps telling you that because that's what you keep telling yourself. Okay. One thing we're going to talk about in this group is our thoughts become our beliefs, which become our actions, which then become our results. You are telling yourself that you're bad at asking for parties or getting parties And so now you are, okay? So the first thing that you can do is just take care of yourself, validate that you are a really good person and that you are going to be kind to yourself. Change that. Say, Andrea, I'm going to take care of Andrea and I'm going to be kind to Andrea, okay? Emily, I'm going to have a lot of grace for Emily and her frustrations that she has with herself, and I'm going to give myself a lot of grace right now. The next thing is you're going to write out the opposite of what you're telling yourself. So if you're telling yourself, gosh, I suck at asking for parties, or I suck at doing parties, or whatever it is, you're going to say, I am a boss at asking for parties. I am super good at asking for parties. People like me. People want to learn more about Color Street. People want to know tips and tricks. You know what I do at every party? I say, tell me, did you guys have fun? Was this a good party? Did you learn something? And they're always like, this was so much fun. I learned so much. Now I can tell myself, people learn so much at parties. I said this to my text today. I said, what I have found is that people learn so much at in-person things. And she said, I did learn stuff. She said, I think people really like to get together. And honestly, a lot of us were introduced to Color Street at a distance. So seeing it in person by a pro helped me. You're the pro. I am a pro at applying Color Street. I am a pro at teaching people tips and tricks. If you don't think you're a pro, you're wrong. You're better than they are. Okay? You are. People like to get together. That's another thing that we're telling ourselves. People don't want to get together. They don't have time. They don't want people at their house. I will tell you, this gal's house that I went to on Saturday, and she would say this herself, so I'm saying it out loud. She did not clean her house. She did not pick up. She did not do anything. And she said, I didn't clean up my house. I didn't do anything to it. And everyone was like, okay, because no one cared. No one actually cared. She's their friend. They've accepted her for who she is. They still like her. Okay. So, yeah. So first off, be kind to yourself. Second off, write out how you want to talk to yourself and what you want to think. That I'm really good at doing parties and I'm really good at asking for parties. And then start asking for parties in a different way. So, hey, Andrea, I know how much you love the nails, or I know that you've struggled putting the nails on. What do you think about getting a few of your friends together on a Friday night and I could teach everybody how to do them? I didn't ask you for a party. I didn't say, would you invite 30 of your friends with the expectation that 10 people would come? Would you put on a whole dinner for everyone? Would you clean your whole house and all of that? We used to say, just wipe down a bathroom. Just wipe down a bathroom. No one else cares about anything else. These Pinterest things. And then when people say no, you say, could I ask you why you're saying no? Is it okay if I just ask you why you're saying no? And they might go, I'm really embarrassed by my house. Okay. I had someone say this to me and she lives in my same town. And I said, gosh, we could do it here. As long as you don't mind that I only vacuum like when I need to, like let's take the expectations and drop them. We all live in our homes. We all pee in our toilets. Like we all do these things. Let's take the expectation that everything has to be perfect and wonderful and expensive and just pull it right down. Okay. There's no need for a ton of food because we're doing our nails. We're doing our nails. We can't do our nails and eat. Okay. There's no need for a lot of alcohol because my last party, I had someone like totally slumped, wasted on the floor. We don't need that. I'm serious. Not my last party, the party before that. And 2 hours. It's 2 hours. Okay. Talk to me. Let's take another minute. If you have to go, I understand. I'm going to give a tiny bit of homework. And then, and really, it's not even actually homework. It's just something I want you to tell me. So why don't I do that now while you guys are thinking? You have questions about this? So I asked you to think about one to two things that you would change about your business, something that you don't do that you want to change. And what I would really like you to do is send that to me in a personal message. I think everyone's gotten a personal message from me in this group before. So I would like you to send that to me in a personal message just afterwards. Not right. It doesn't have to be tonight, but within the next 24 hours, I'd like you to send me 1 to 2 things that you want to change about your business. Okay. And then throw up on me about this party thing if you need to. I am okay with that. This first call was to establish kind of some housekeeping things about the calls. It was also to get everyone in the group to see everyone's faces, to share something that was going really good in our business, and to just kind of set the stage. And then we will be back here and the same link, because it's a recurring link, so it should be the same, in a month. And I will also set everyone up in the group. So if you do not get back to me with your little bit of homework, I won't add you to the group message, because I want to make sure that we connect that way. Okay. It's got to be something for you to do. All right, does anybody want to comment any more about the whole asking for parties and asking for referrals thing? It's just something just to add to your business, just to give your business a little sparkle, right? To just give you a little bit more, maybe some more productive ideas to do. I get stuck in a rut where I'm like, oh, I'll clean my office because I'm procrastinating on doing the other things or whatever. And no, I want to be like straight lined. What do I need to do to grow this thing? No one else has anything to say?
I just think talking about it and bringing it up is super helpful. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely I am a talker and I like to talk about things, but I think people need to hear stuff out loud to go, I really do need to add that, or, I do talk to myself that way and I need to be careful about that, so I appreciate that feedback, Anne. Thank you.
I like the ideas of following up with referrals. It seems like I'm not doing that like I should be. And so I appreciate those tips.
Yeah. I mean, again, let's give ourselves a lot of grace of what we are doing. I love the saying, we do what we know until we know better, and then we do better, right? We did what we were thinking we should do, right? Now you know better. So you're held to a little bit higher standard because oh, I could do that differently to be more effective, right? I could do that differently to keep a customer, to keep in contact with the customer, to keep chatting with a customer. So yeah, I love that. Thank you, Carol. Amy.
Yeah, so I just had my vendor event, so then I do my little contact slips, or if I do an in-person party, and then I BCC everyone, and I have a form email that I have email on a Word document that I send to everybody. And then I say, hey everyone, it was great to meet you at whatever event it was or whoever's party it was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, whether you're new to Color Street or, obsessed like me, it's always great to have some tips and tricks. And then I give them I have a pin post in my group where I have all the tips and tricks for steps of application. And then I have application videos, storage videos, blah, blah, blah. And then I always attach a picture of me, my little Color Street picture, remember me, it's me. And then if they bought lip products, I'm make sure you refer. And then I attach the skin purging thing. And then the warm hands thing for the winter, so a couple of little attachments, not a whole lot. And then, and then I always include my link for myself and for my VIP group. And so today, because of Saturday, I had some new friend requests. I had some new people asking to join my group, just because, to follow up hey, it was great to meet you. And
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I love that. That is such a great idea.
So if anybody wants a rough copy of what I send to people or whatever, I can
Mhm.
send that to you, but just a little follow-up thing, like, hey, like it was, it's a group message, but like,
The group message, but they can't reply all, right?
yeah, they can't reply all,
That's-
BCC everybody.
That's the,
'Cause- And for privacy too, like I'm not gonna give everybody's email addresses and stuff.
yeah, I love
But
that.
but yeah, and so I just thank them for whatever, and then, but I give them all the things, because even though you tell them, I hand out the little skin purging thing, and I tell them tips and tricks in the moment, but they walk away and they're like, huh,
Yes.
and so it gives
They're
them
like, what did you say again?
yeah.
Vendor events are very much like that.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
even
why I
parties too,
like
because there's so
those-
many people
Yes.
talking and chaos, and then they leave, and then they're like, what did she all say?
Yeah.
They remember the feelings and like that was fun, but they don't always remember what you tell them. So I send a follow-up thing to everybody, and I've been doing that the last few times, and I've gotten good feedback from that. And I've had people reply back, like one lady replied back, and she gave me feedback like you had, like
Mhm.
she didn't really buy a lot, but she's like, I really enjoyed that. And she's like, I like that you weren't pushy. You just were really a lot of information, but you weren't pushy. And I was like, oh, thanks. Thank you for that feedback. Like, that's
Yeah.
nice to know, like
Yes.
that I wasn't pushy,
Yeah. Oh,
So
I didn't throw up all over you. Okay, great. Yes. I was telling our Level Up group that I ended up getting 2 people that subscribed to the subscription box at my party on Saturday, which is awesome. That is what we want. That is income every month, right? We can't really say that we have residual income just because of the FTC and stuff, but we can get income and get PV every month. So yay. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I want to be really mindful of time, and we will see you next time. But also, again, remember to message me, and then I will put a group message together. Keep in mind when you have group messages like that, those are going to be on that'll be a group on Facebook, but you can always mute that if you need to, and then unmute it as you need. So, or you can go back to it and check it. So don't let that overwhelm you. If you don't know how to do that, please reach out and I can help you with that. But yeah. Okay, well, I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope you feel very special, like I said, because this is a special invite group, and just to be together is super fun. So thank you for doing that for me. It's very much a bucket filler. So much appreciated. Okay, I was thinking maybe, Nancy, did you have
No, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next month.
All right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.